Welcome everyone to another edition of 4D, Def's Daily Dose of Dota. Today is episode 16, and boy do I have a treat for you. First, let me start off with a little bit of a teaser. As usual, Monday is a support day. Today's Monday, November 3rd, by the way. And I have one of my favorite supports today. Do you like helping your teammates? Of course you do, if you're playing a support. Do you like helping them even if you're across the map? Do you like helping them with their mana issues? Because, oh my, do they use their abilities too much. And they usually miss. I'm looking at you, that Russian Mirana that I just played with today. I should let it go. Do I have a hero for you? Today's episode is on Secret.Puppey's Crystal Maiden. And it's going to be a game from the Dota Cinema Captain's Draft by XMG 2.0. It's going to be between Secret, Team Secret, Team is Secret. I wish they would just get a sponsor by now. And Power Rangers. And we're going to be looking at Puppey's support Crystal Maiden play. And we're going to start off, as the wonderful intro song I have indicated, by turning back time and looking at the hero itself, analyzing the underlying stats, looking at one of its abilities, and then jumping into the game and seeing how Puppey handles one of the more fragile heroes. Fragile like ice? Anyway, let's hop into the split view. What I wanted to start off with today was look at the low HP of Crystal Maiden. I have a little pivot table here that I use for analysis, and this is just showing me the HP at level 1 of all the heroes. For anyone unfamiliar with the HP calculation, it's simply your strength times 19 plus 150. And then of course there's additional HP from items like Vitality Booster. And then there's a couple talents that add HP. But if you're just calculating level 1, it's strength times 19 plus 150. So a lot of your strength heroes that you're used to playing, which is a fair number of the supports, will be higher on starting strength. But Crystal Maiden is an intellect hero. And wow, is she really low in starting HP. You'll see here one of the lowest in the game. Not Medusa level, and not Keeper of the Light, which are both at 416 HP starting off. But Crystal Maiden is tied for third lowest at 450 HP. Down there with a lot of intelligence heroes, you'll see a lot of them are intelligence. The lowest strength being Phoenix at 48. Or Phoenix at 400, about 480. And this little number here is another one I wanted to talk about, starting at level 1 for Crystal Maiden, which is her attack damage. You'll see that a lot of the lower heroes, even if they are lower on HP, they have more attack damage than her at the start. Witch Doctor, similar HP, but about 20% more damage. Crystal Maiden is very low, one of the lowest in the game, starting attack damage. Right up there with Sniper, who is low because of his insane fast attack speed, along with the synergy of abilities that improve his right-click damage and range. So that's how Sniper's balanced. Why is Crystal Maiden so low? Why is she only 38 damage, where some heroes are 50 Lone Druid, and some are much higher, like Outward Devourer, close to 60 starting out? Well, the answer to that is an ability most of us are aware of, Crystal Maiden's Arcane Aura. Free mana! Yes! I love mana regen. You can turn it on, you can get it at an early rank, sit across the map, and help out your allies. They say, I need you to rotate into my lane. Shh! Let it go. I'm helping you already. No more frozen jokes? Anyway. Another ability I wanted to look at was her jungling ability. Her ability that at least gives her a little more usefulness early on. And that's her second ability, Frostbite. Now, a lot of times I incorrectly call it an ensnare when I'm talking about it in game. And I have up on screen what an ensnare is. Some things that are very familiar. Ember Spirit's Searing Chains. Also, Meepo's Earthbind. Naga Siren's Ensnare, creative name, and as well as the RNG wonderful Lone Druid Spirit Bears Entangling Claws. But Frostbite's not up here, because Frostbite is a little different than an Ensnare. Ensnare, if you've ever been on the wiki or ever read the tooltips, prevents attacking. Well, actually just prevents movement. Doesn't prevent a lot, and it holds someone in place. Good at stopping TPs, teleportation scrolls. But if we click on Entangle, now you'll see Crystal Maiden's Frostbite. Very similar description, but one extra thing. In addition to preventing movement, it also prevents attacking. Still doesn't prevent turning or casting spells, with the exception of a blink, an actual blink. It would prevent that. Treant Protector's Overgrowth is also in this class of just these two spells. And the additional ability to prevent attacking is very useful if you really need to cut down on someone's burst DPS from the enemy for just a couple seconds. That's where you might be better off going with an Entangle instead of an Ensnare. Very fringe case, but something to keep in mind in your next draft. And we will see that in the draft we have. It's currently up on screen. We're going to hop into it. It's between PR and Team Secret. I always like to pause right before the 5th heroes come out. This was Captain's Draft, so keep in mind the player pool, or the hero pool, should be a little more diverse. And we're going to get things rolling and analyze this game. We saw Crystal Maiden come out first as the first hero. We have a good synergy of heroes on Team Secret. We see their Phantom Assassin, Agility carry, Omni Knight support, Crystal Maiden support, Bat Rider, excellent initiator here, and a Bounty Hunter coming out for Power Rangers. I would like to note the Huskar coming out for this Power Rangers team. Someone that we will never see in typical play. But this is Captain's Draft, so we're going to see more people. Specifically, the thing about Huskar is to keep in mind that when he's low, he gets increased attack speed, so he can really burn someone down when he's low health. But what is this? Crystal Maiden, as we just talked about, has an Entangle. So hopefully we'll see some clutch Frostbites come out from Crystal Maiden when Huskar's low. Not as concerned about the damage from Frostbite, but stopping Huskar from attacking for 2 or 3 seconds could be very critical. We're going to keep the game rolling and see the final pick coming out for Team Secret.
10 seconds remaining.
They have a couple seconds left. It's going to be a Queen of Pain. Good mid hero choice here. Phantom Assassin was the only mid option for them. And Power Rangers, an equally diverse lineup, I feel. Meepo will probably come out as the carry spot. Treant Protector and Dazzle, both excellent supports. Huskar's probably going to die a bunch, and Team Secret's just going to win off of that, but we'll have to see. We're going to hop into the game. The heroes are chosen. This is from replay, so I can just speed it up whenever the hell I want. One of the great things about
10
replays.
seconds. 5 seconds remaining.
And we're into the game.
Prepare for battle.
Looking over at our Power Rangers side, going through the heroes, and also just taking a look at the HP and damage since I talked about them at the beginning of the game. Bounty Hunter. Our Meepo is actually going to be mid. 49 damage. Wow, that's pretty low. 600 HP though. And it looks like Dazzle, Huskar, and Treant Protector will be in a tri-lane. 600 HP, Strength Hero. A little under 600 for Huskar, who's also a Strength Hero. For Team Secret, we have S4 on Queen of Pain. He's played him a bunch. We have Kuroki on the Phantom Assassin. One of my favorite carries that I talk about all the time on 4D. With that beautiful coup de grace, 4.5x crit. Love seeing that. I love hitting someone for 1,000 damage. But this game is all about the Crystal Maiden, who has 38 damage at the start, which is essentially 0. I know 38 looks like it's not 0, but it's 0 for most intensive purposes. Especially imagine if they do press up to this tower. Tower's going to be about 60% damage reduction, as we'll see that in a little bit. Very little damage coming out from her.
The battle
But
begins.
after all, she is only with 16 base stats, low strength, and low intellect, but she has a high intellect gain. But 450 HP, she's going to be very much a glass cannon in this game. But that's one of the reasons I think the Omni Knight was picked out here. A little survivability added on could help keep that Crystal Maiden alive. And we see at the start of the game, Puppey's rotating through the jungle. He did pull 2 tangles to our Phantom Assassin. And he's going to start out with the Frostbite spell. Although it's only 1.5 or a little bit longer seconds on heroes, it's 10 seconds. Recently buffed with the new patch. Meaning you can get 1,000 damage done, throw in a couple auto attacks, and you can even kill the highest HP in the game, like a centaur. So we saw 1 kill from Puppey, got him 2/3 of his level, and then we're going to see a stack coming out immediately. Getting good use of this Crystal Maiden early on. There's already a tri-lane that would have been here if she had joined for Queen of Pain and Omni Knight, so there wouldn't have been much for her to do. She's meeting a tri-lane of her own. At least in this aspect, she can stack the camps, and then she can hopefully stack this one as well. Killing the Troll Warlord out of this just to hit level 2, and then level 2 talent, that delicious, delicious arcane aura. This is not only going to help her team, but also help her jungle more. We see her immediately going for the ensnare, or the frostbite rather, which is an entangle, on that alpha wolf. She brought 1 clarity potion just to get her up a little quicker to the frostbite level. I wouldn't suggest jungling for an extended period of time on Crystal Maiden, but she's getting excellent work done here, and the effect that the alternatives are to sit in a tri-lane
Dire's top tower
with a Treant
is
Protector
under
who can
attack.
heal in 2 ways, or perhaps zone out a Meepo in mid lane, but you're still splitting up experience. In this aspect, at least, we see her stacking, which will be very key for this Bat Rider going forward, helping out her team in that aspect. And also, because she has this Frostbite now and she can get up to a quick level 2, get that Arcane Aura online. It only provides half the benefit that you see on the tooltip to your allies, but delicious, delicious mana. Cannot be overstated. What also can't be overstated is this is already a triple stack for the Bat Rider. She's killed a couple of the creeps in there, but bonus stacking nonetheless. Will end up generating about 40% more gold than what Bat Rider might expect out of a no stack at all. It's the 3-minute mark approaching, and we see her successfully stack again, and then just keep a Centaur Conqueror to herself. 1,000 damage is going to be done by Frostbite. A couple of those pathetic auto attacks, although she's already up to 41 damage, will secure the kill. As I mentioned a bit earlier, her intelligence level, which is her primary attribute, is actually pretty good. 2.9 per level, meaning she's going to gain almost 3 damage per level, just without any extra items. Compare that to some other heroes like Treant Protector. 3.3 is actually quite high. But Dazzle at least, 3.4. Can't believe I'm picking all the heroes with high gains. There we go. Huskar, whose primary attribute is strength, only 2.4 extra damage per level. So we see her continue to jungle. She actually will clear out this creep camp so it can be refreshed, and she might try for the triple stack here. Crystal Maiden is also very slow move speed, below average, 280. One of the slower ones in the game. So, if anything, it's better that she is in the jungle here. Away from a lane where, because of her low HP, she could be right-clicked down by Huskar. Especially once he gets low. He could just kamikaze on her. We see her just pulling the lane again back. Because she's now rank 2 on Arcane Aura, she's going to have that Frostbite done even more quickly. Or it's going to be enough mana for her to refresh. Bat Rider having a rough time in the off lane, falling to the Bounty Hunter. But even though Crystal Maiden has not been down helping, which might not be the best idea for her, she has been stacking, so Bat Rider can fall back. He has the levels, he has his arcane boots, he's level 5. already has rank 3 in Firefly, and he's going to be able to catch up even with that early death. We see at the 5-minute mark a rotation coming out for Crystal Maiden. Roaming over towards mid. She did pick up a smoke and boots. I definitely like boots on Crystal Maiden. 280 move speed. She, if not only to contribute in fights, the boots just help her rotate through the lanes more quickly, which is very key as a support. Also, increases the benefit provided by Smoke of Deceit. You're not just invisible, 15% bonus move speed. We're going to see her rotate up to the top lane. She's still level 3, a little lower, but actually keeping on par with the two supports, Dazzle and Treant, who are sitting in a tri-lane, not getting a lot done, and frankly, in some ways, cutting the XP gain of Huskar, who's only level 4, Batrider is level 5 in his opposing lane, now level 6. We see Crystal Maiden at the 5-minute and 40 mark, pulling lane, doing what Omni Knight was doing earlier. Omni Knight assisting in a double pull, and Crystal Maiden will come join. Crystal Maiden hasn't picked up any points in the Crystal Nova yet. Might pick it up as her 4th talent. It is a good wave clear, and, well, Frostbite, you don't get much more benefit. As you can see, you instantly, at rank 1, get a 10-second duration on creeps, but you only get about a half second every rank on heroes. 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds, not as important as potentially being able to push out a wave with Crystal Nova. There's a smoke online for Omni Knight and Crystal Maiden. And we see they may be moving on the Meepo. Meepo could be feeling very conscious, or confident, I guess I would say here, with the double damage rune, but here it is. And what's that? Oh! Being kept in place. However, Dazzle's Shallow Grave will be able to save him there. Keep in mind, though, even if you don't get the kill, hey, that was 2 teleports that were forced out. All for the price of a smoke. Pretty good deal. And with that, Crystal Maiden is now level 4. She picks up her Crystal Nova. Has an Observer Ward for herself. And we'll just see her jungle briefly. Even though these are low HP trolls, not 1,000 HP, only 500. She has excellent mana regen, 4 per second already, with those 2 early points in Arcane Aura. So she can use that Frostbite just because she's wandering by a camp. Kills the 2 creeps left, places the ward, and now she's ready to stack. This is very perspective, yeah, I didn't see that getting off there. But she was still able to stack this camp.
Radiant's middle tower is
Batrider, by the way, dying again, trying for the bottom rune, with the assistance of both a Meepo and a Bounty Hunter. But hey, when Batrider wants to move to the jungle, he is going to have several stacks of camps ready for him to instantly help him catch up, get towards that Blink Dagger, where he can really start making moves. We see Crystal Maiden pulling the lane. It was pushed all the way down to here. So we'll just see her get a little extra XP. She's almost level 5 now. And has a little extra gold. 13 last hits, too. You'll see she's has quite a respectable amount. More than the 2 supports, 4 Power Rangers. And with that gold, while she stacks this camp, in addition to Batrider stacking this camp, we see a Dust of Appearance and 2 Sentry Wards coming out for Crystal Maiden. In our other lanes, we have Dazzle occupying himself against an Omni Knight. That's an awkward matchup. But, more importantly, the Bounty Hunter, now level 8, off of 2 kills, has begun roaming through the jungle. But what's this? Oh, it's the sentries they picked up earlier. Also worth noting that both Entangles and Ensnares, so definitely Frostbite, reveals the hero for the duration. Level 5. Hasn't selected the next talent yet. An extra half second of a route could be helpful if you are trying to kill a bounty hunter, but we might see her just pick up another point in Arcane Aura. Arcane Aura is delicious. I recommend, in most scenarios, maxing that out as your first talent. Sometimes you might want the extra wave clear.
Haste!
As it looks like we'll see Puppey pick up that as the second talent. He'll presumably use the Crystal Nova, now ranked 250 damage, to help wave clear with this Bat Rider. Little do they know, there's a bounty hunter lurking. But they have a sentry, and if he does show his face, there's a dust of appearance on Crystal Maiden, who, although would be typically a wonderful target for this bounty hunter, as we mentioned, very low HP. We see friendship, strength in numbers. Staying very close, within a screen of the heroes. Bounty hunter would love to open up on him here. He might have actually seen that. I'm actually not sure where that sentry was. It got off one hit. But just a lot of jungling coming out from our Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, PA farming up in mid, having a grand old time. 75 last hits. Pretty competitive with the Meepo, who is able to double farm. But we see our very vulnerable Crystal Maiden. Low HP, a little fearful of the bounty hunter. Has been missing on the map for a while, so instead just staying within range of this sentry ward. If he does walk up on her, she can instantly frostbite, and then dust of appearance. Instead, she'll get off what looks like a double pull. A successful double pull. Love seeing those.
Time.
That is just going to improve the Bat Rider's farm. He's already able to get the Blink Dagger at the 12-minute mark. Pretty good, considering he has died twice. And we see our first item coming in. It's a circlet. Might be building into a bracer just to increase the stats, survive a little longer in these fights that will be coming up soon. And we see Huskar pushing out on this tower. Also worth noting that this Arcane Aura, already up to 3 mana regen. They see him.
Dire's top tower is under
So
attack.
Puppey will just stay with us for the smoke coming out. They may want to go in on this Huskar. As we see Bounty Hunter lurking. She's level 6. She took her freezing field. A little surprising to take that early point, but she did want the damage. And we see the kill coming in.
Radiant's
The
middle
frostbite
tower is
helping.
under attack.
A little extra damage coming out. But that will be a kill. And quite a bit of XP for all 4 heroes involved. The bulk of the money going to Queen of Pain. As Crystal Maiden, don't sweat it if you don't get a lot of money in the game. Because let's be honest, you're just there for that precious, precious mana for your team. Sure, using a freezing field in a fight is great AoE damage. Frostbite, good jungling tool, as we've seen early on. And Crystal Nova, as I mentioned, good wave clearing ability. Also, pretty good movement slow for 5 seconds. And a 20 attack slow that might as well not even be there. It's practically nothing. She is all about that Arcane Aura. Because it's not like you're going to get away at 330 movement speed with boots. It's not like you're going to last long with only 1 starting armor. We see her at only 15 physical resistance early on, compared with a Bat Rider who's, well, he has boots, so he's up to 34.
Radiant's middle tower is under
We
attack.
see Omni Knight, 38. So rightfully so, Crystal Maiden is smoked,
Radiant
but staying behind.
structures are fortified.
The other heroes from her team
Radiant's middle
putting
tower
up
is
wards,
under attack.
being a fantastic
Dire's top
support.
tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And the mid lane is being forced out.
Radiant's middle tower
The first
has
mid
fallen.
tower goes down. Our heroes are grouped together
Dire's top tower
in mid
has fallen.
and top lane. And with that, we're going to take a break. It's about 15 minutes in. It's what I would consider the end of the early game, the end of the laning phase. We saw our heroes start to group up now, taking their first towers. Most of our heroes are level 6 now. Crystal Maiden even choosing to take an early point in Freezing Field, even though it's a significant amount of mana for a hero. Early levels, it can easily be 50% of your mana pool. But it did help assist in getting an early kill on Huskar. Little extra money for Queen of Pain. But we also saw a lot of stacking, and with the help of a new patch that extended the damage just slightly, 6.82, we saw good jungling, and more importantly stacking, helping that Batrider get a Blink Dagger, and also helping get a little extra XP as she stood next to him. Bounty Hunter, an excellent roaming support, or ganker, hybrid hero, could be a carry. But Invis heroes are definitely the bane of a squishy intelligence support. So we saw excellent movement coming out from Puppey, and he stayed alive. He hasn't died on Crystal Maiden yet. Yay! Horrible memories. When we come back after this break and relaxing music, we're going to continue into the mid game and see how many times Puppey dies. I just have nightmares of Crystal Maiden dying a lot. It's tough. It's tough. But that's what we're here for. To raise our score on 4D. Def's Daily Dose of Dota. We'll be back after this.